real estate market has been on fire recently, especially here in Austin. That's led many homeowners to wonder if they could sell their home on their own without the help of an agent. Of course you can. You got this. Have a great day. What do they need me for? Oh, you're still here? You were hoping for a little bit more information to see if it's the right decision for you? Well, stay tuned and we'll find that out. With inventory at record lows and prices at record highs here in Austin, this has led many homeowners to wonder if there's a need for them to hire an agent when selling their home. After all, why deal with the expense of an agent if all you have to do is put a sign in the yard and get people to line up around the block and start receiving multiple offers? Occasionally, buyers will also decide not to hire an agent, thinking that it will curry favor with the seller if they're not working with one. While we all like to save money, should you really forego professional representation for the largest asset you're likely to buy or sell? Let's take a look. Homeowners who decide to sell without an agent generally fall into two camps. First are for sale by owner properties, and the second are direct sales, usually to investors who happen to inquire with the homeowner if they're interested in selling their home. For sale by owner, or FSBOs, as they're often called, give the owner a chance to price their home as they desire, as well as handle all the showings and negotiate the deal on their own for the sale of their home. Nationwide, only about 8% of people actually do for sale by owner. In a very active and low inventory market, it may seem like a no-brainer to do a for sale by owner. There's plenty of buyers out there, and one of them is bound to like your home, and then you save the commission that you'd have to pay a traditional agent. It also gives you the control to price the home and market it the way you want to. One of the biggest problems for sale by owner homes tend to run into, though, is pricing that home correctly. Because Texas is a non-disclosure state, that means that previous home sales are not available for public record, meaning you don't know what other homes that are similar to yours have sold for in the past. This means there's a bit of guesswork in deciding what you should price your home at, and this can be costly. If you price your home too high, it could languish on the market, forcing you not only to bring the price down, but having buyers negotiate more strongly against your current price. Price the home too low, and it's possible you could be leaving money on the table for what buyers would actually be willing to pay for your home. Nationwide, studies show that for sale by owners tend to sell for about 10% less than homes that are sold by an agent. If you decide to list your home for sale by owner, there's a few things you're going to need to get set up. First, you're going to have to work on an online listing for the home, since the majority of buyers go online to find the home. There's 5 or 6 websites you want to make sure your home's listed at to maximize the number of views and potential buyers you come across. You'll also have to put together a marketing plan, including photos of the home, listing description, and other property details, along with potentially getting marketing flyers so that people can find out about the home and the pertinent details. Then you'll have to work at scheduling showings for the home, potentially an open house or showings throughout the day, throughout the workday, on the weekend, and you're probably gonna have to be there to let people in and guide them through the process. Sometimes you'll even have to show the home multiple times to the same people before they know they're ready to try it by. Once you get an offer, you'll have to review it for the financial feasibility of the potential buyer, as well as potentially looking at multiple offer situations and deciding which offer is better. Is it the all-cash deal at a slightly lower price? The higher price deal with financing contingencies involved? You'll need to make sure you thoroughly understand the legal contracts associated with buying and selling a home. In most cases, just because you've saved money on the listing agent, you're still going to be responsible for paying a buyer's agent commission, as most buyers are going to come to the property with their own representation. If you decide not to pay the buyer's agent's commission, which is standard here in Texas, you're likely to lose a number of potential buyers or get those buyers to pay less, as they're going to be responsible for paying their agent's commission out of their own pocket. If you decide to list your home with an agent, you will have some distinct advantages. First, any listing agent should have a property marketing plan specifically designed for your home that they can put into place to maximize the number of views that property gets, as well as potential offers and offer price. On top of that, an agent will handle a lot of the daily work needed to be done both before and after you get under contract. Things like setting up showings, answering questions from other agents and buyers, as well as dealing with the title company, mortgage company, appraiser, inspector, and other service professionals during the process. Also, a quality listing agent should be able to get you higher value for your home based on their knowledge of the market and their marketing strategy. These things should more than make up for the cost of hiring the professional listing agent. For a breakdown of my marketing plan for sellers, check out the video linked in the description below. The second type of transactions that generally happen without a listing agent are known as iBuyer or investment purchase properties. These can come from iBuyers such as Zillow, Redfin, or Opendoor, sending you something in the mail or email wanting to make an offer on your property. Also, it could just be a local investor. They like to make calls, shoot out texts, or even come knock on your door, letting you know they'd be happy to purchase the property as well. However, the big iBuyers like Zillow and Redfin, as well as the local investors, are only going to buy your property if they know they can make a profit. By not putting the home on the open market, you're usually selling the home for less than you would get otherwise. Statistically, you're likely to get 11 to 15% less for your home by selling it to an investor or an iBuyer. Another key thing to realize with iBuyers and investors is that the initial offer price oftentimes will not end up being the final sales price. Once they get a chance to do an inspection on the home, they usually will want to come down in price based off repairs and remodeling they think they're going to need to do. The one benefit of working with an investor or iBuyer is they usually can close very quickly, which for some people can be a distinct advantage to get on to the next phase of their life. You are actually able to use your own listing agent to help represent you against the investors and iBuyers though. And it's always recommended to have someone in your corner looking out for your best interest. If you're looking to buy a home, there's a lot of reasons to have a real estate agent in your corner as well. In fact, 88% of buyers use a real estate agent when purchasing a home. Some of the reasons it's great to have a buyer and a representative in your corner are the fact that a buyer's agent can help you find the types of homes that meet your criteria, schedule the showings for those homes, help you negotiate the deal with the seller, as well as staying in communication with the title company and all parties involved to make sure things are going smoothly once you have an offer that's accepted. The best part, as a buyer, it's really likely that the commission a buyer's agent is due is going to be paid for by the seller, meaning their services come at no cost to you. In a few rare instances where that's not the case, you do want to make sure and talk to your agent to understand how you'll handle that situation. But again, the vast majority of times, their commission is going to be paid for from the seller. Still, you may be considering foregoing using a buyer's agent when you look to purchase the home. If you're someone who deals with legal contracts or has to negotiate for work, you may feel like you can handle this on your own, and you may be able to. However, there are still some key advantages a buyer's agent can bring. First, in the hyper-competitive market that we're seeing in Austin today, putting together a winning bid can be more challenging and needed when you have to stand out against the multiple offers that are coming to the table. Secondly, agents have dealt with dozens, if not hundreds of homes in their careers, so they can spot red flags that need to be taken care of prior to your purchase. You'll also have the benefit of someone who's able to communicate with all the parties involved to keep things running smoothly, as well as a great sounding board to make sure the decisions you're making are the right ones. So, is using a real estate agent right for you? It's important to evaluate your unique circumstances when deciding whether to go with an agent in your situation. However, most people truly value the expertise and guidance that their agent brings them. In fact, around 90% of both buyers and sellers say they're thrilled with the experience their agent provided them and would highly recommend them to friends and family. That's why, in terms of time, money, and expertise, the majority of buyers and sellers find their real estate agent to be invaluable. The best way to find out if a real estate agent is right for you is to speak to one or a couple and get a sense of what they could bring to the table to help you make your decision whether you're buying or selling a home. I hope this answered most of your questions regarding using a real estate agent. If not, I'd love to answer any specific questions you may have. Also, you can check out my video on the property marketing plan I do for my clients when they're looking to sell their home. Check it out in the details below. I'd also love it if you subscribe to the channel and click that notification bell if you want to be the first to know when new videos hit.